Have you tried everything and nothing works? There is an ancient Hebrew secret that only reveals miracles when you reach your absolute limit, for hopeless women, for desperate parents, when absolutely everything else has failed. This is no ordinary prayer. It's not a complicated ritual. This is not something that rabbis teach right at the beginning. It's a last resort, the ultimate secret, the key that wise men kept for moments when there is nothing else to do, except one thing. Because there are times in life when you've already tried everything. He already prayed. He has already worked. It's already planned. He already fought. She's already cried. And yet, nothing changes. The doors remain closed. The money isn't coming in. Health doesn't come back. The relationship is not improving. Peace is not coming. And you start to think, maybe it's not for me. Maybe God has forgotten me. Maybe I don't deserve it. But 3,000 years ago, the wise men of Israel discovered something that changed everything. They realized that there is a spiritual moment, a turning point, where the human being, upon reaching their absolute limit, can access a force that no longer depends on them. It's when you stop trying to control and surrender completely. It's when you stop bargaining with God and simply take the plunge. The Kabbalists called this bitachon hagamur, absolute confidence. And they taught that when someone activates this secret at the right moment, something in the sky breaks open. Decrees are broken. The impossible becomes possible, and miracles begin to happen. Not because you deserved it, but because you surrendered. Today I'm going to reveal to you, what is this Hebrew secret used when nothing else works, as it was practiced by the patriarchs in their most desperate moments, because it only works when you're really at your limit. And what to do step by step to activate this principle in your life now. Stay with me until the end, because in the end, I will give you the exact words, the complete ritual, and a blessing that could be the turning point you've been waiting for. And remember, when you reach the end of yourself, you are in fact at the beginning of God. Tell me the truth. Are you at that point where you can't keep trying anymore? Where you're so exhausted you'd rather give up? But something inside you still whispers that there might be a way out you don't yet know about. If you've made it this far at the limit of your strength, know that it wasn't by chance. Subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications, because here we don't offer superficial advice. We reveal ancient wisdom to those who are in the desert and need true water. Walk with us, because the miracle you need may be hidden in an ancient truth. Over 3,000 years ago, a man named Jacob found himself in an impossible situation. He was running away. His brother Esau wanted to kill him. He had lost everything. His home, his family, his security. I was alone in the middle of the desert, without resources, without protection, without hope. And then came the most important night of his life. He took a stone as a pillow, lay down on the hard ground, and fell asleep. But that night, something extraordinary happened. He had a dream. He saw a ladder that connected the earth to the sky. Angels were ascending and descending, and at the very top, the presence of the Eternal. And God spoke to him. I am the God of Abraham and Isaac. The land on which you lie I will give to you, and I will be with you. When Jacob awoke, he said something profound. Surely the Lord is in this place, and I did not know it. Achen yesh Adonai bamakom haze, ve'anochi lo yadati. Surely the Eternal One is in this place, and I did not know it. That was the secret that changed everything. Jacob realized, even in the desert, even without anything, even at the limit, God was there. And from that moment on, everything began to change. Years later, when Jacob was about to face Esau again, he used the same secret. He prayed, but not just for protection. He declared absolute confidence. And God answered. Esau, who wanted to kill him, embraced him. The impossible happened. The wise men, in studying the life of Jacob, found the pattern. When you acknowledge that God is present, even where it seems impossible, you activate a force that changes reality. This is the Hebrew secret that always worked when nothing else did. In the Hebrew tradition there is a powerful word, bitachon, confianza. But it's not ordinary trust. That's not optimism. It's not positive thinking. Bitachon hagamorit means absolute trust, even when everything says otherwise. It's when you look at the empty account and say, God will provide. That's when you see the bad diagnosis and say, God can heal. It's when you're surrounded by enemies and you say, God will protect me. The wise men explained, Bitachon is not blind faith. It is the conscious faith that, if the Eternal One allowed you to get this far, He already knows how to take you away. This secret doesn't work for those who still have a plan B. It works for those who have exhausted all other options, and the only one left is God. It is precisely at this point that the miracle begins. There is a spiritual reason for this. When you still have control, you trust yourself. When you still have resources, you trust the resources. When you still have people around you, you trust them. But when all this is over, only one choice remains: despair or God. And that's exactly where heaven comes into play. The Torah shows pattern after pattern. Abraham only had the promised son when he was already too old. Moses only saw the sea part when the people were trapped. David was only anointed king when he was hiding in a cave. Esther only saved her people after the death decree had already been signed. Why? Why? When a human being reaches the end of himself, he finally leaves God's path. While you try to control, you block. When you surrender, you let go. The Kabbalists taught, there is a spiritual law. The smaller you become in your own eyes, the greater the space for divine glory to enter. So, if you're at your breaking point right now, know this: you're not too far away. You are in the exact place where miracles happen. Now I'm going to teach you, step by step, how to activate this Hebrew secret. It's not complicated, but it demands absolute honesty. Step 1. Recognize where you are. Stop pretending you're okay. Stop trying to be strong on your own. Find a quiet place and say out loud, Eternal One, I have reached my limit. I have tried everything. I have fought. I have planned. I have prayed. And yet, nothing has changed. I have nothing more to do. I need you. This is the prayer of honesty, and it is the gateway. Step 2. Declare the secret. Presence. Even in the desert now, declare aloud, with faith. In Hebrew, surely the Lord is in this place. Akan yesh Adonai bamakom hazeh. In Portuguese, certainly the Eternal One is in this place, even here, even now, even in this impossible situation. When you declare this, something powerful happens. You stop seeing only the problem and begin to recognize the presence. And where the presence is recognized, miracles begin to happen. Step 3. Hand over control. This is the hardest part. You will say, Eternal One, I place this situation in your hands. I don't know how to resolve it. I don't know when it will change. I don't know where the answer will come from. But I trust in you. Bitachon Hagamor. Absolute trust. I surrender. It is not defeated resignation. It's a victorious surrender. It's when you let go and let God take it. Step 4. Give thanks in advance. The wise taught that gratitude in advance activates miracles. So, even without seeing the answer yet, say, Thank you, Eternal One, for the answer that is already on its way. Thank you for the provision that will come. Thank you for the miracle that will happen. I receive it by faith. Amen. When you give thanks before seeing the result, you are declaring that you already trust the outcome. And this confidence disarms doubt and opens up space for the impossible. Don't expect everything to change in 24 hours. But note, in the first few days, you will feel a strange peace. Even with the problem still there, something inside you will feel lighter. This is not an illusion. It is the presence responding to your surrender. In the first few weeks, small signs begin to appear. An idea, a person, an unexpected opportunity. Don't ignore the small signs. They are the beginning of a miracle. In the first month, something concrete begins to change. It could be financial relief, an improvement in health, a reconciliation, a door opening. And you will realize, this didn't come from you. It came from above. The wise men said, when God acts, he leaves a signature. The impossible happens in such a way that no one can steal the glory. Now, the deepest level. The Kabbalists taught that this secret has a hidden key. You need to stop setting conditions. While you say, God, if you do this, I will do that. You are still negotiating. Absolute bitachon is when you say, God, I trust in you, even if the answer doesn't come the way I expect. Even if it takes time, even if it's different from what I imagined, I trust that you know what is best. This is total surrender, and when you get there, heaven recognizes this soul is ready. And then the miracle is not only released, he's fast-paced. The man who lost everything and found the secret. Marcos, 52 years old, businessman who lost everything in a crisis, business, house, marriage. I was living in a borrowed room with no prospects, no will to live. One night he watched a video about bitachon, absolute trust. He decided to test it. He stopped trying to control it. He stopped making 1,000 plans that never worked. And he performed the ritual of total surrender. He said aloud, God, I don't know what to do anymore. I surrender. Surely you are here, even in this hole. I trust in you. He repeated this every day, without setting a deadline. No format required. 3 weeks later, an old acquaintance called. Marcos, I need someone trustworthy for a project. Are you interested? That became a new beginning. It wasn't instantaneous, but it was real. Today, Marcos says, when I let go of the controller, God caught it. Simple as that. The woman who used the secret in her diagnosis. Beatrice, 41 years old. He received a devastating medical diagnosis. They ran all the tests. They said, there's nothing more we can do. She could have panicked, but he remembered a lesson about absolute trust. She looked at the diagnosis and said, Akan yesh Adonai bamakom haze. Surely God is here, even in this report. I trust that he can reverse it. She prayed, not just asking for healing, but declaring trust. 3 months later, they repeated the tests. The doctor said, we don't know how to explain it, but we haven't found anything else. Beatrice wasn't surprised. She simply thanked him, because she already knew, when you activate the secret of absolute trust, the impossible becomes a testament. The father who saved his family with one statement. A desperate family man, addicted son, destroyed marriage, impossible debts, depression taking over. He was at his limit. A rabbi taught him the secret. Declare God's presence in the chaos and surrender. He did. Every day, looking at the mess that was his life, he would say, surely the Eternal One is here. I trust. I surrender. Gradually, things began to change. The son sought help. The wife resumed the conversation. A debt was miraculously renegotiated. It wasn't magic, but it was a real transformation. He said, when I stopped arguing with God about the situation and started trusting him within the situation, everything changed. What if I give up and nothing happens? First, something always happens. Maybe not in the way you expect, but God never ignores those who trust in him. Second, if you're still asking, what if nothing happens, you haven't truly surrendered yet. Real surrender doesn't have a plan B. Third, keep trusting. Some miracles take time, but they always come. Isn't that just conformity? No, conformity is giving up. Bitachon is about trusting while waiting. Conformity paralyzes. Bitachon gives you peace in the midst of the storm, but you keep rowing. I've trusted before and been disappointed. Perhaps you trusted with conditions. Perhaps you demanded that God act in your way, in your time. Bitachon Hagamur is different. It's trust without demands. It means, I trust that you know best. Try this time with total surrender and observe the difference. The deepest secret of all. The Kabbalists taught that when you activate absolute bitachon, you not only attract miracles, you become a channel for miracles. Because pure trust creates a spiritual vacuum, and heaven fills that void with provision, protection, wisdom, and grace. The level 2 upgrade is this. Combine bitachon with advanced testing. In other words, start telling the story before you even see it, as if it has already happened. Don't lie, but declare by faith. When God takes me away from here, I'm going to tell this story. When the miracle happens, many people will believe. This early declaration accelerates the demonstration. Because you are saying to heaven, I already know that you will act, so much so that I am already preparing my testimony. Try this, and see how things start moving faster. For 30 days, activate the Hebrew secret when nothing else works. Daily ritual. Every day upon waking, declare, surely the Lord is in this place. Surely the Eternal One is in this place. Say the prayer of total surrender. 5 minutes. Eternal One, I surrender. I trust. Bitachon Hagamur. Thank you in advance. Thank you for your reply, it's already on its way. Write down any sign of change every day, no matter how small. Rules. Don't skip a single day. Don't set conditions or deadlines. Trust. And wait. At the end of the 30 days, reread your notes. You'll see that the impossible has begun to move. Now receive this blessing as a decree upon your life. May the Eternal One, who was with Jacob in the desert, with Moses at the sea, with David in the cave, with Esther before the king, be with you now. May he look upon the impossible place where you are, and say, I am here, I have always been. I bless your limit. May this not be the end. May he be the beginning of a miracle. May the point where you gave up be the point where God began. I bless your surrender. May it not be weakness, but wisdom. When you let go of the controls, give space for the heavens to act. May your delivery become the channel for the impossible. I bless your confidence. May she grow day by day. Even without seeing, may you continue to believe. Even without understanding, you continue to wait. I bless the miracle. Let him come, that it is undeniable. When it happens, know this. It can only be God. Let locked doors open. May impossible situations be resolved. Resources may appear from unexpected sources. May the right people cross your path. May divine favor be upon you. And when everything changes, don't forget. It was because you stopped fighting alone and let God fight for you. Regarding you, your impossible situation, the desert where you find yourself, I declare, surely the Lord is in this place. Surely the Eternal One is in this place. And where he is, miracles happen. Shalom.